I'm Cassandra Hearn, a top divorce litigator in California. I have a passion for educating you through your own divorce process. I've taken the toughest of divorce cases to trial, including everything from divorces worth millions of dollars to serious child abuse cases to cases where spouses have turned to wage war against each other. Over the past 15 years of litigation experience, I have seen all of the highs and lows that come with making your way through a divorce. I created this podcast to help you gain insight and get into the right mindset so you can do a divorce by yourself, and to help you make all the right decisions along the way. Whether you're just thinking about divorce or are right in the middle of one, if you're looking for information, tools, inspiration, and a community to help you through it, you're in the right place. Welcome to the podcast, where I will be sharing with you all of my divorce secrets. Hey, today we're going to be going over some quick tips for how you can work to keep your costs low as you go through your divorce in the great state of California. The first thing I want to talk with you about is mediation. Mediation is a way for you to work together with your spouse at the beginning, middle, or end of your case to try to resolve issues that arise between the two of you and conflict. How does mediation work? Usually, the two of you will agree on a neutral third party to sit with both of you and work through the issues together, to make recommendations, and to come to a written decision on those agreements that the two of you make. How does this keep costs low? Well, working together at any stage of your case to reduce conflict and make agreements is a time and money savings benefit. Mediation can also help in the sense that it keeps your agreements and the things that you're negotiating confidential between the two of you until you reach a written agreement that will be filed with the court. Finally, the mediation option gives you a lot more control over the outcome of what happens in your case. Working together with your spouse instead of against your spouse is far more effective and gives you far more control about the outcome of the decisions that the two of you reach. Finally, mediating and settling is the fastest way to get to resolution. Well, what if mediation is not going to work out for you or your spouse? There are plenty of times where a person will decide that they would like to have legal representation. You can also have legal representation while going to mediation as well. How can you keep your costs low while still working with an attorney? Well, there are a few options out there to keep those costs low. One option is to not pay at all. You can seek the help of a pro bono agency. That means lawyers who volunteer or work for free to assist you through your legal process. Pro bono work isn't everlasting, though. It's oftentimes offered in only select scenarios. So check with your local organizations and county bar organizations to see if you might qualify for pro bono services. Other services could include reduced attorney's fees costs. Many counties across the state of California have parts of their bar association dedicated to having lawyers provide reduced fees to those individuals whose income qualifies for reduction in attorney's fees. For example, in San Diego County, the county bar offers a modest means program, and this is where individuals can apply for income-based assistance so that they can hire an attorney. What about just negotiating with your attorney? If you decide to work with an attorney at the outset, you can ask the attorney if they will give you a reduced rate per hour or a reduced fee to assist with your issue in your case. There's also limited scope representation. This is an effective way to keep your costs under control and keep your costs low. You can ask an attorney to represent you for just a set of issues or one issue even in your case. You can also ask an attorney for either an hourly rate or a reduced flat rate in order to do that limited scope work. Finally, you can also ask your attorney for a discount. A lot of attorneys are good business people and they want your business. A lot of attorneys do offer discounts even if they don't advertise them. Common discounts that attorneys offer are typically for things like military discount, law enforcement discount, or discounts based on hardship needs. Many attorneys will offer a payment plan. Be sure to ask at the outset to make sure this is something the attorney is willing to offer and whether or not they use any third parties along the way to assist with collection or creation of the payment plan. How else can you keep your divorce costs low in California? I'm glad you asked. You can keep your costs low by being organized. I know that sounds funny and pretty simple and plain, but the more organized you can be in your case, get your finances ready, get your account statements in order, and get yourself ready to afford, the more money you will save. Get emotionally ready. There will be different phases of your case, and dragging your feet or not wanting to do a particular phase of your case is only going to cost you more time and money. Prepare in advance. Get yourself ready for upcoming court hearings. Get yourself ready for court deadlines. Pay attention to what the judge says to you and try to understand everything you can about the process. If anything about the process is confusing to you, research in advance. Go online and see what resources you can find to assist you through the case. You may be wondering what resources are available online. Well, of course, there's Divorce Secrets, which is a comprehensive guide for everything you need to get you through your divorce. Other online resources include the invaluable court's website. Every county in California has a Superior Court website, which is filled with a ton of information about local procedures, information you need to know about your courthouse, about your judge, and about all of the things you're going to need to get done to move your case forward. In addition to those online resources, most courthouses also have self-help centers where the courthouse itself offers you the ability to come in and meet with an individual one-on-one who will assist you with moving your case to the next phase. Finally, don't forget support groups. There are tons of forums and groups online available to you. Divorce Secrets also has a community that comes with each course as well. Listen to other individuals, talk with them, share information, and get your case moving on the right track. Last but not least, one more tip for you on keeping your divorce costs low. Be sure to create a budget. Every single person has different financial needs as they come into their divorce. As you begin moving forward, think about your budget and what you can afford, especially if you're planning to hire an attorney at any stage. Attorneys' costs can skyrocket if you're not careful. So set a budget and pay attention to what the attorney is really charging you. There's a great discussion in our last podcast and video all about attorney's fees and how they're really billed. So if you haven't checked that one out yet, go for it. It's podcast/video number 8. Definitely check that out. In addition to budgeting for just an attorney, you may also want to budget for yourself. Think about how the costs may double for you if you're planning to move out or move on to the next stage in your divorce where you're now having 2 households instead of 1. Pay attention to these costs so they don't creep up on you. As you probably know, there are court fees associated with just about everything you want to do in your case, whether that's opening the case or responding to the case, whether that's filing a motion or responding to one. Divorce court can be expensive. So as you're budgeting, be sure to put line items into your monthly budget for yourself, not just for the roof over your head, not just for possibly an attorney, and not just for Divorce Secrets online courses, but be sure to budget too for the family court fees that you will eventually have to pay. With all of these things in mind, I hope that these quick tips were able to be helpful to you in knowing what to expect and how to keep your costs low during your divorce in the great state of California. See you next time.